Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are having a good day. If you're new to my channel, my name is Kandy and I'm actually a South African YouTuber that does makeup tutorials, vlogs, a bit of fitness and that sort of thing. So if you are new, please do subscribe. But today's video is a bit more of a heart-to-heart because I really wanted to sit down and talk about something that has been bothering me a bit for a while. And my heart is actually racing a little bit because I'm not sure how to bring this message across, because I really want to be sincere and I really want to be like open and honest with you guys. But sometimes, you know, people tend to judge so quickly from what they see on social media. So I don't want to come across as arrogant, I don't want to come across as defensive or anything like that. I just wanted to have an open-hearted conversation with you guys, and I hope that you can receive it in a good way, you know, and just hear what I have to say. So obviously, if you're an influencer, I really think it's also important that you watch this video and learn out of this experience, and also implement you know, what I've learned in your career. And then if you're a follower, I want to thank you guys so much for your support. Like, you guys have always been there for me, and you know, the good always outweighs the bad. But sometimes the bad can just blow up into a big mess. So if you're a follower, I wanted to thank you for your support. You guys have always been there from day one. You know, I started YouTube I think 7 years ago almost, and it's only recently that it started growing that much, and I've been receiving such great support from my followers out there, which is obviously the most important thing to me. But there is a few things that I want to address, because people are confused about influencing and what it's all about and how we get paid and that sort of thing. And you know, I wanted to sit down and do this video so I can be open and honest with you guys. But I've always been open and honest with you guys, but I have a story to tell which really hurt me, and I wanted to make other influencers aware of this, so the same thing does not happen to you. So I think without further ado, let's get into this video. So if you've been following me for a while, you know that I am an ambassador with Volvo. I announced that on my channel. I vlog about it constantly, I talk about it constantly, and it's a big honor. Like, I owned a Volvo before, I bought it with my own money, and I've always loved Volvo. Like, it was my dream car always, you know. So when they contacted me and they wanted me to be one of the ambassadors, I was thrilled, I cried, I was so like overtaken with emotion because it's such a big honor. But sometimes people, I feel like people, I don't know how to say this, but sometimes people don't want you to succeed, and sometimes they don't want you to do good in life, or I don't know if it's jealousy or what it is. I know in Afrikaans there's a quite a nice word for it called afgunstigheid, you know, and there's always like 1 or 2 or 3 people that are just like that, and I don't understand it, but I also kind of do, because I think people have this perception that we get paid for. I don't think this, I know this after what has happened to me. I know this, and I've done assumptions on my Instagram as well, where I was shocked at what people assumed about me, you know. Just to put it out there for you guys, let's talk about the story first. Okay, so obviously I was posting about Volvo, and I obviously announced my ambassadorship with them. I announced that I got to drive this new car that they're giving me, which by the way is on a contract basis. So I'm driving the car, I'm enjoying the car, and I do not get paid at all to do so, which I'll get to later. But so that's basically the agreement, and then I get to post about the car, of course, and just show how much I enjoy it. So I remember getting this email from the agency from Volvo, and they told me that they have to deal with this complaint now. So someone basically reported me to the ARB, which is the Advertising Regulatory Board, I think it's called. regulatory board, the ARB, right? ARB.org.za. And they in this document, they actually obviously attached the complaint. So I know who this woman is who complained, because I remember seeing her on my Instagram page and she made like a big hoo-ha, which I'll get to later on. I'm not gonna name her on here because I just want to obviously protect myself as well, but they do not keep this confident. And also, if you go on the website, you can see all the information and everything that was complained about. But I just want to read this part to you guys that says, so she was basically complaining about me, but she was talking more about the car, which means that they actually took it up with Volvo more. But her exact words on here is, influencer Candy Kane posted an Instagram at Volvo Car SA gave me a brand new car. From the post 23 April, it was announced that she's Volvo's new ambassador. And then it says she has failed to add the relevant hashtags to her posts. I feel that SA influencers have not yet jumped on the wagon to comply with the rules, and some are still trying to get away with posts which they are getting paid for. She's also working with other brands which she does not disclose, as well mentioned brands who give her products that she does not declare is an ad. And when I read this, my heart just broke because I felt so attacked, and I know that I didn't do anything wrong. So first of all, to address the Volvo situation, I do not get paid to drive a Volvo. It would have been amazing if I got paid to and drive an amazing Volvo, but I don't get paid to drive a Volvo. So whenever I post about Volvo, it isn't a paid post. I don't get paid to do that. So it's not an ad and it's not a sponsorship agreement. But I've been pretty open about the fact that I am a Volvo ambassador. But I don't get paid for this. Hello. Just got a PR package. Okay, so where was I? Okay, so I do not get paid to drive a Volvo. And I've been open about my sponsorship agreement with them in terms of that I'm a Volvo ambassador, but I do not get paid. Hence why these posts aren't sponsored. They're not paid by Volvo. I don't get any financial remuneration from that. I don't get to keep the car. It's not my car. Even though it's my car, it's not my car. But Volvo did give me a new car to drive. So, I mean, I remember seeing this woman's comment on Instagram, and she like in capital letters posted sponsored, and she actually attached this photo, which is the one that she complained about, which she uploaded onto the website. She attached this photo, and I remember seeing her comment that day on that photo, and she was like, hashtag sponsored, hashtag ad, hashtag advertisement, in like with capital letters and exclamation marks and stuff like that. And I deleted that comment because it is not relevant, because this post was not a sponsored post at all. I was actually asking you guys to ask me questions, and it was just like a cute photo that I actually uploaded, and then I tagged Volvo in it. So it wasn't actually even a post for Volvo. It was just like a casual ask me anything post, you know. And if you scroll down onto the comment section, you can actually see that someone asked me, what am I ambassador for? And I also explained the ambassador, the brands or stuff that I'm an ambassador for, and also explain that I don't get paid by them to promote their product at all. I get my nails done for free, and I mentioned that. I get my hair done for free, and I mentioned that. So I actually really also disclaimed it in that post. But the thing that actually hurts me also is that she said that, you know, I have failed to comply with the rules, and I do not mark my posts. I do not disclose brand agreements, which is an absolute lie, because even if you scroll down on my feed, you'll see that I've always been open with you guys. I've always spoke about campaigns as well on my stories, and I spoke about, oh, I'm doing this campaign with this brand, or, you know, I always have the hashtag SP or hashtag sponsored on these posts that I've uploaded and work with brands. I'm just thinking about like Wet and Wild, and I'm thinking about Real Techniques, and I'm thinking about Juicy Couture when I did like a mini video with them. All those videos or posts has got the sponsored you know, hashtag on there, where I'm showing you that I'm in partnership with this brand. You know, I'm getting paid financially. So even when I did my sponsorship with Maybelline and Puma, the Puma collection, they did not pay me money, but they did pay me in product and with Puma clothes, and I did disclose that in the hashtags. So I was really hurt by the fact that someone would actually go as far to complain about this, and really, like, I felt really attacked, I couldn't sleep that night because I was trying to figure out, what did I do wrong? Because I know in my heart I didn't do anything wrong. I always stuck to the rules. I always disclose when I get products. You guys see me open up my PR packages on Instagram, and I always say, oh, this brand sent me this, thank you so much. I'm always pretty vocal about what I get. But I also buy a lot of things, you guys. I do support brands, and I do buy stuff, and I do post about them on Instagram. And then I bought that with my own money. And where I actually wanna get to is this assumption or this perception that followers have that we get paid for everything. So when I did assumptions on my Instagram a while ago, a lot of people assume that I get paid for every single product I post about. And I actually spoke to this one girl, and she actually had this perception that, whenever I pick up my Urban Decay and be like, oh, by the way, not sponsored. But whenever I pick up my Urban Decay and be like, I'm using D-Sleek today, I really love it, it's really good for me, By the end of the month, I send through my stats to every single brand saying this and this and this, and this is what I mentioned of your brand, and they pay me for mentioning that. That is people's perception. And I was shocked. People think that every single post I post on Instagram, I get paid for. Every single mention I make, I get paid for. And I understand that there are influencers out there who does this. They only work on sponsored posts. Every second post is a sponsored post. And there are also influencers who don't disclose when they're working with brands, or when they, getting any sort of remuneration, whether it's product that they can keep or anything like that, where they don't disclose that. I'm aware of that, and I know that. But I also know that I've always been honest, and I've always been open. And if there's maybe a story where I failed to maybe add the little hashtag, I do apologize, and it's really just by mistake. But I know for a fact that I've always spoken about when I'm working with a brand, or adding my hashtags, or showing you guys what I got, what a brand sent me, and that sort of thing. So I wanted to clear this up for those of you who don't understand, because I really don't get paid for every single post that I do on Instagram. I really don't send my stats to brands and be like, I mentioned this and this and this, and then they pay me. Doesn't work like that. It would have been amazing, and if I operated like a lot of other influencers operate, where they would only mention brands when they get paid, then I probably would have been filthy rich. But that was never the thing for me. When I started YouTube 7 years ago, there wasn't a thing like influencing. Influencing only started recently, and it only became a thing recently. And it's amazing because we do get to pay, we do get to get an income from using products we love. And that is also something I've worked on, is always staying true to my brand, staying true to the products that I say yes to. And I'll be open with you guys here. So I said no to a sponsorship with actual paid sponsorship with Caribbean Tan, because I do love their scrub, and I love their body butter, and I love their shimmer body cream. I used to love their self tanner, and I used to use it. But I started using other self-tanners which I loved more. And it just felt wrong for me to advertise a self-tanner which I used to love but don't prefer at this moment. And that's why I turned down that campaign. And I wanted to tell you guys this because it just shows that it's never been about the money for me. It's always been about the fact that when I started all of this years ago, my followers were always there to take my advice, and I was always honest, and I still want to be that honest person. But it just hurts when people think like you're really only in it for the money. And what hurts even more is that someone would actually go and report you and just be like attacking you, you know. So now I started seeing a business website even wrote an article attaching my photos, and I feel like it's not slandering my name, but I feel like, you know, it's almost making me out to be a bad person because I got reported for this, when I know I didn't do anything wrong. What we also did was we also amended, me and Volvo, we spoke about it, and we amended the, you know, just the video title and everything, and we added disclaimer in the description box as well. And moving forward, I'm gonna add that to every single post now, that it's not a paid sponsorship post, but it is, I'm an ambassador or whatever, because just to be safe. So if you're an influencer, I want you guys to be as safe as possible. Rather disclose every little single thing, even if you know that you spoke about this before, just disclose it again. In every single post, just disclose it again, which it's kind of like very sad, because now on every post that I do, almost every single post, I have to put like hashtag not sponsored, just so people can see, oh, this is not a sponsored post. And I know it's not required for me to do that, but I just want to be so safe that this does not happen to me again in the future. Also, you can go read up the finding about it as well on the website. So it was undertaken because we did amend the titles or whatever. We added the hashtags and amended the titles or whatever, so it seems more suitable to the brand ambassadorship. But also, they couldn't really do anything bad to me, if I can explain like that, because it was not a paid advertisement. It wasn't a real advertisement. They paid me with financial remuneration. And Volvo also responded saying that it's not a paid agreementship, so it is not actually an ad. So luckily, you know, not luckily, so at least it wasn't like nothing bad happened from that situation. But out of it, I also learned a lot. Even though I was doing all the right things, I learned to just be more safe and more careful, and also that there are people out there who's out to get you. And this just brings me back to the fact where I don't know why people would actually do something like this. Understand that these are rules and regulations, and I've abided to them. And if you're an influencer, you'll also abide to them, but people will still find something to complain about and something to like. When I read the comment that she posted, I felt like she was trying to really bring me down, you know. And that is just a personal opinion, and I have my right to voice the way I feel, and that's just allegedly like how I felt. She allegedly tried to bring me down. I just felt like that, you know, that was just my feeling, and I felt hurt. And I just don't want the same to happen to you guys, because it's not a nice feeling thinking that people don't trust you, thinking that people think you're all about money, because that has never been me. And if you know me and you followed me for such a long time, you know this about me. And that is also why I say the good always outweighs the bad. So with that being said, I hope you guys understand more about what I do as an influencer now, and what I get paid for, what I don't get paid for. And if you're an influencer, I really hope that you got to learn something from this video as well. Further than that, I just always want to thank you for your support and love always. Until next time, stay sweet, and yeah, I'll chat to you guys soon.